Yo, what is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz Gaming, bringing you the next episode in the DLC tournament for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So real quick, if you haven't seen it, the tournament that is before, quick rules, 1 vote per person, vote down in the comments, just type the character's name, pretty simple, that's how you vote. I'll tally it up a week later, so voting stays open for 1 week, and then we go till we have a winner of the whole thing, and it's just to kind of, I guess, gauge a little interest, see who people would like to see as DLC. Not just because you think they're more likely, but vote for who you personally would want. And that, goes especially, it goes for every matchup, but today especially because we have, and I'll get into it in a bit, but today's matchup is Dixie Kong against Skull Kid. Skull Kid's an assist trophy. I know, but Skull Kid, and there's 3 other characters that are in the tournament that are assist trophies in Smash Ultimate, but it's just a fun idea to, hey, maybe they could get a DLC, promotion from assist trophy to playable character. Just to kind of, something a little fun to just think about. So, just because they're an assist trophy, or you might think they're deconfirmed by being a sticker, which actually some people think with Dixie Kong. So, both these characters in the matchup are pretty interesting. But, yeah, vote for who you want personally. Just because they might be deconfirmed or deconfirmed doesn't mean nothing. It's all for fun. So let's jump into the I guess results from last week, which was game number 5, which should have been Elma and Spyro. I wrote it down because I had to tally up the votes. So Elma and Spyro going in. I was very interested to see how this one was going to play out. I figured one of the characters was just going to kind of have way more votes than the other one because of, well, Spyro being third party. I kind of thought Spyro would win. But here's the results. Game 5, Elma 59-51. Elma actually beat Spyro. So I was maybe a little bit surprised. Both characters, 50 plus votes for both. Only 8 votes really separated them. So pretty close matchup. Closer than a lot of the other ones. Look, Banjo 100-33, Shantae 160-26, Crash Bandicoot 134-36. So, yeah, Elma moves on. She will be facing Banjo-Kazooie in the next round. Good luck, Elma. But Spyro's not done because it's a double elimination tournament. So Spyro drops to the loser bracket, which Spyro faces Shadow. All right, Spyro faces Shadow. Okay, well. That's a thing that's gonna happen. All right. So yeah, let's jump into today's matchup. Like I mentioned a bit earlier, game 11, Dixie Kong, our 3 seed taking on Skull Kid, our 30 seed. So let's just jump into it. See what we can. Let's see what we talk about here. So first up, Dixie Kong. Right, Dixie Kong. Yes, she was showed off as one of those spirit things, and I believe they even showed off Dixie Kong as like an upgradable spirit. Still not sure. The whole thing, I haven't really I haven't dove too deep into looking into spirits and stuff. I'll get to that when the game gets released, then I'll play around it with myself and figure out how it kind of works and all that stuff. So that's later on. So Dixie Kong, I think a lot of people kind of expected her to be in the roster. Honestly, she did fairly decent on the Smash ballot. Especially from a franchise as big as, the Donkey Kong franchise is to Nintendo. Maybe not so much as of late. They did have Tropical Freeze and then, re-release or port it to the Switch as well. And sales numbers, it did pretty well. So, and then King K. Rool got in, of course. And K. Rool's been, one of the most, requested characters over the past several games. And a lot of people think, all right, K. Rool got in, so it's about time Dixie Kong gets in, right? She was playable in, was it Donkey Kong Country 2 or 3? Or she's been playable. She's been the main character in the Donkey Kong games. You can play as her. She's been in a few Mario spin-off games. I think she was in a Mario baseball game. Was she ever in any of the Mario Kart games? She might have been. I don't remember, but she's big. She's a part of the big 4 for Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, Diddy, K. Rool, and Dixie. I think having that core being represented by being playable in Smash, I think that's well deserved. And in my eyes, I've always said this about Dixie Kong. She's truly one of the very last Nintendo All-Stars that are just left out of the roster at this point. I mean, I kind of view it as a crime that she's not in the game. She's not a character that I would personally, would put on my want list, but in terms of getting in the game, I think it's well deserved and it's earned, and she should just be on the roster at this point, honestly. I truly feel about that. I mean, Dixie Kong. I mean, I don't think there's really too much of an argument to spirits as of yet, because the whole, oh well, she's a spirit, but yes, also the argument we've also seen. I think Marth. I know King K. Rool has been seen. Wii Fit Trainer has been seen. I think a couple other characters have also been seen as spirits, that are playable on the roster. So just because the character is not playable and they're a spirit, I really don't think that deconfirms them in any way. There's a whole kind of, oh, well, some characters had trophies in the game before they ended up becoming playable. Like Mewtwo and Lucas did, and then they became playable later on. That's another whole argument you can make for stickers or spirits, whatever it's called. But I think Dixie Kong, yeah, I do believe Dixie Kong deserves it. But I kind of also think that same way about Dixie Kong's opponent, in this case, Skull Kid. Now, it was kind of thought for a long time that Skull Kid was going to get that assist trophy promotion. We've seen the Moon, the assist trophy seemingly kind of, I guess we're kind of guessing that the Moon from Legend of Zelda replaced Skull Kid. And we thought, okay, Skull Kid's getting upgraded. Awesome. Skull Kid's a recurring character from the series. Pretty well known. And Legend of Zelda deserves a new face to be playable, for Smash Bros. I don't think anyone can really argue about that. So, Skull Kid, I personally really want. And again, keep in mind, just because it's an assist trophy, this tournament is for fun. If you want Skull Kid more than you want Dixie Kong, still vote for Skull Kid. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be the more likely character that you think. So, yeah, I just want to point that out again. Some people, I think, still vote for who they think is more likely. I mean, it's fine. You vote for who you want and how you want, but I just want to iterate that point. Vote for who you personally want or would want to be a playable character. So, yeah, again, Skull Kid, which was kind of weird. I don't think they ever really showed off Skull Kid in any of the directs, which was odd, especially that last direct that they had at the beginning of November. They didn't. I mean, they went over pretty much all the rest of the new assist trophies, and I just thought it was weird why they did. I mean, they even went over a couple old ones. They showed Shadow. They showed, I guess, Isaac returning. So I don't really count Isaac as a new assist trophy because he has been an assist trophy in the past. But they showed older assist trophies, and they just, I don't know, they just skip Skull Kid, and then you had to find out about it on the website, which was, I don't know, I found that very bizarre. Were there plans for Skull Kid to be playable at some point? And maybe it just got nixed, and they just decided to keep him as a assist trophy for now? I don't know. Skull Kid, I don't know. I think that there's something, there could be something to that. You could say the same thing for maybe Isaac and Shadow and maybe a couple other assist trophies that were shown off kind of late. Who knows? But in terms of this matchup, I think this one's kind of easy for me because, again, vote for who you personally would like. Like I stated earlier, I think Dixie Kong deserves to be in the roster, but she's not one of the characters that I'm like, yeah, I really want in the game, not personally. There's characters above her, and in this case, Skull Kid is still above her for me, so my vote is going to be for Skull Kid. I would rather see Skull Kid in the roster as a playable character. I think just moveset, I mean, he's got such a great personality and uniqueness to him. You'd make a great addition to the roster. I'd really enjoy Skull Kid on the roster. So yeah, Skull Kid gets my vote. So that just leaves the question: who you got, Skull Kid or Dixie Kong? Are you going to vote for who you want, or are you just going to vote for who you think is more likely? Again, vote for who you want and vote how you want, I suppose. But I want to just keep reiterating that point. Vote for who you personally would like. They don't have to be more likely, because some people, I read all these comments. When I always tally up the votes, I read all the comments. Some people say, well, I'm going to vote for this person because character B, just they don't seem likely because they're an assist trophy. Yeah, I just want to... I don't know. I'm just trying to make that point. Anyway, that's pretty much going to be it. We'll show the because I want to do. I'm starting to do these a little bit more consistently at the end of the episode. We'll get a sneak peek for tomorrow's episode, which is game 12, 14 seed Ryu Hayabusa, which I think is a sleeper pick, honestly, for third-party characters. I really do. Ryu Hayabusa could be a sleeper pick. Excuse me. And Ryu Hayabusa has taken on Tails from the Sonic series, and I don't know. Shadow didn't get in as playable character. Knuckles is an assist trophy as well. Does Tails have a shot? I don't know. We'll find that one out tomorrow, but that's pretty much it for this one. Yeah, again, who you got? Dixie Kong or Skull Kid? I'm voting Skull Kid. Pretty simple there. So, with that being said, this one's coming to an end. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully we get you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.